Welcome to Quick Movie Recaps. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and subscribe. The movie begins with a wedding planner, Risa, who works with her two friends, Jan and Aoffy. One day, Chavi, another wedding planner, tells Risa that she has 4 weddings to plan but all at the same time. So, she wants Risa to plan one of the weddings for her. But the groom turns out to be Risa's ex-boyfriend. At night, Risa wakes up from a dream about her ex-boyfriend Arun as his groom. She decides to plan his wedding for the sake of money only. A month passes by. Risa awkwardly welcomes Arun and his fiancée at the hotel for their wedding. Later, Risa stalks Arun and Monica on the beach. Aoffy and Jan tell Risa that she shouldn't spy on his ex-boyfriend and focus on preparing for his wedding. Next morning, Risa gets news that the photographer they hired has met an accident. Risa asks Jan and Aoffy which photographer they can hire in such a short time. Then Aoffy and Jan suggest to hire Risa's ex-boyfriend Tim, who is also a photographer. Although Risa thinks it's a bad idea, Aoffy and Jan somehow convince her as they do not want to lose this deal of millions. When Risa goes to meet Tim, he's performing as a magician. He runs away after seeing Risa, but Risa takes his bike's keys to stop him. Risa requests him to do the pre-wedding photoshoot, but he says that he won't help her. Tim snatches the bike's keys from Risa and goes away despite her efforts to stop him. Later, Risa tells Jan that she will try to talk if they agree to reschedule the photoshoot. Just then Jan says, "Look who is here." Risa gets surprised to see Tim walking towards her. Tim starts to do the pre-wedding photo shoot for Monica and Arun. While he's busy at work, Risa looks at him amorously and smiles. Meanwhile, Jan goes to receive Arun and Monica's families from the airport. When Risa sees Arun and Monica getting all close, she runs away to vomit but hits the mirror and falls. Arun rushes to hold Risa. Later, Tim asks Risa to give him his payment as he has done his job. But Risa tells him that Arun and Monica love their pre-wedding photoshoot. So, they want Tim to be their wedding photographer. But Tim tells Risa that he will not do her ex-boyfriend's photoshoot. Tim confronts her for ghosting him in the past. This makes Risa upset and she kicks Tim into the pool. Then, Risa jumps into the water to save Tim. Arun asks Risa if her ex-boyfriend is fine, which shocks Risa. So, Risa lies to Arun that she is dating Tim again. When Tim wakes up, he asks Risa why she lied to Arun. Then Aoffy informs them that the sword fighting show is cancelled. The performer also had an accident earlier. So, Risa convinces Tim to perform for the guests in the welcome show. After the show, Arun tells Risa that he is shocked that Risa is dating again as she wasn't ready to move on. But Risa brags about dating a lot of people after Arun. Later, Jan and Aoffy ask her to stay away from Arun as they don't want the wedding to be cancelled. At night, Tim asks Risa about his room. The receptionist tells Risa and Tim that there are no rooms available. So, Tim somehow ends up sleeping in Risa's room. Tim tells her that she hasn't moved on from her Indian boyfriend. But Risa denies that. Meanwhile, Arun sees his old photos and videos with Risa and somehow regrets leaving her. Next morning, Risa gets mad at Tim for making fun of her. But they meet Arun and Monica, who asks for preparation for the wedding events. Tim pretends to be Risa's boyfriend and kisses Risa many times, which makes Arun awkward. When Tim asks Risa for a key card, she walks away saying she doesn't have it. The main day comes when everyone is celebrating. Monica gets her hands painted with henna. Later, Arun's father tells Risa that when you meet the person who's the one for you, you just get that feeling that he calls whispers of God. Next day, Arun and Monica perform a couple dance, which makes Risa sad. Tim meets Risa and asks her if she's hurt. Risa pretends to be all okay. But Tim suggests that she should take some Indian clothes from here to give Arun a taste of his own medicine. Both Risa and Tim gets ready in Indian attire, surprising everyone. They starts to dance and Arun and Monica also joins them. While dancing, Risa stumbles but Arun and Tim saves her from falling. While everyone is dancing, Arun's father gets an attack. However, Tim saves his life and impresses everyone, especially Risa. Later at night, Risa meets Tim and thanks him for everything he has done for her so far. Just then the light goes off. Risa and Jan go to distribute torches to all guests. When Risa goes to give a torch to Arun, he asks her to come inside his room. He asks her about her wedding plans. Then Arun gets close to Risa and confesses that he broke up with her because he was scared of a long-distance relationship. Just when he tries to kiss her, he steps back and apologies, but Monica sees it. She shouts at him for not telling her anything and runs away. Both Arun and Risa run behind Monica. Tim also starts to run behind Risa. Monica drives a vegetable truck and Arun tries to stop her but ends up jumping on the bonnet of the truck. While Risa ends up hanging at the back of the truck and Tim rides a motorbike to chase the truck. Arun tries to calm down Monica and stop driving. But she doesn't agree to listen. When Risa tells Monica she's hanging behind, Monica stops the truck and Arun falls. Monica runs to see if Arun is safe and Tim helps Risa to get down. Arun tries to explain to Monica that he made a mistake by not telling her about Risa, but he only loves Monica and wants to marry her. But Monica says that she doesn't want to marry him anymore. Then Risa tries to explain to Monica that Arun stopped himself from kissing her, which means he realized his mistake and that he loves Monica. That's why he jumped in front of the truck to stop Monica. But Monica walks away and Tim stops her. He tells her that she asked him to tell her the best wedding photo of her and Arun so far, but there's none. Because they have yet to share life and make many memories and photos like her parents or Arun's parents. But Monica goes away and Risa tells Arun to let Monica take her time. Later, Risa tells Jan and Aoffy that if Monica doesn't show up today for her wedding, then they will be at a loss. She also tells them that she has realized that it's time for her to move on and throws the ball Arun gave her, which hits buoy. The next day, Arun and his relatives wait for Monica to say yes before they can go to the wedding venue. Jan and Aoffy tell them that Monica is ready to marry Arun and the wedding begins. Everybody starts to dance and Monica and Arun get married in an Indian style with all the wedding rituals. While Chavi explains the meaning of each wedding ritual, Risa thinks of Tim and goes to find him. She receives a voice message from Tim saying that it's time for him to leave. He confesses that he took the job because he wanted to be close to Risa again and he had the best time with her. He tells her that he's happy that she's ready to move on. So he has decided to move on as well. Risa runs to find him and rides a horse to chase Tim. She meets Tim and confesses her feelings for him. She asks him to be with her again, but this time for real, and he agrees. They both look at the fireworks together, starting a new life together. If you were a wedding planner, would you plan your ex's wedding for money? Tell us in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content.